Have you ever been dating a guy and somehow another woman is always part of the conversation? Maybe it's his ex, maybe it's his best friend, maybe it's a coworker he keeps mentioning. And somehow, instead of feeling secure in the relationship, you're left wondering, why do I suddenly feel like I'm competing with someone who isn't even in this relationship? If that sounds familiar, you may have experienced something called triangulation. And today we're breaking down exactly what it is, why some people do it, and how to spot it before it wrecks your confidence. You're probably asking yourself, what is triangulation? Well, think of a healthy relationship like a straight line. You and your partner communicate directly. Problem, conversation, resolution, simple. Triangulation happens when someone turns that straight line into a triangle. Instead of addressing issues directly, they pull another person into the dynamic. Now, suddenly it's you, him, and some mysterious third person. What is the goal here? Whether intentional or not, it shifts your attention away from the actual issue and onto someone else. Instead of asking, why is he acting this way? You start asking, who is she? And that's exactly where the focus changes. What does triangulation look like? Confusing, isn't it? Let's talk about some common examples. A guy constantly brings up a woman who are interested in him. My coworker keeps flirting with me. My ex wants me back. Women always hit on me at the gym. Okay, buddy, but why do I need to know this every single week? Or maybe he compares you to other women. Ick. Jessica would never get upset about this. My ex wasn't this sensitive. Or he suddenly starts talking about another woman right after a disagreement. Coincidence? Maybe, but when it becomes a pattern, pay attention because the purpose may not be information. The purpose may be creating uncertainty. You're probably asking yourself, why do some people do this? And that's a really good question. Now here's where things get very interesting. Most people who use triangulation aren't operating from confidence. They're operating from insecurity. When someone feels rejected, criticized, or afraid of losing control, they may look outside for validation. In their mind, if somebody else wants me, then I must be valuable. So instead of dealing with the real problem, they create a situation where you feel like you need to prove your worth. Suddenly, you're competing for attention that should already be freely given in a healthy relationship. Think about that. The real shift will happen right here. This is already the sneaky part. At first, you're upset with this behavior, but after enough triangulation, you stop questioning him and you start to question yourself. You wonder, am I overreacting? Am I being insecure? Maybe I need to try harder. Do you notice what happened here? The spotlight, it moved. Now you're working overtime to gain his approval. Meanwhile, he's no longer being held accountable for the original issue. That's the power of triangulation. It changes the conversation. Here is what most secure people do differently. Now, this is something very important. Secure people don't need manufactured competition. They don't need to make you feel jealous to feel valued. They don't constantly remind you that they have options. Why? Because healthy relationships aren't built on anxiety. They're built on trust. A secure partner communicates directly. They solve problems directly, and they don't use other people as props in their relationship. Here are these red flags to look for. You're going to watch for these signs. Constant mention of exes. Boo. Frequent comparisons to other women. Stories designed to make you jealous. Boo. Name dropping women during arguments. Yuck. Using friends or family to validate their side instead of discussing issues directly. One sign alone doesn't approve anything, but patterns matter. Always pay attention to patterns. So what is the big takeaway here? The purpose of triangulation is to often create confusion, competition, or self-doubt. And when you're busy proving your worth, you're not evaluating whether the relationship is actually meeting your needs. That's why awareness is so powerful. The purpose of triangulation is to often create confusion, competition, or self-doubt. And when you're busy proving your worth, you're not evaluating whether the relationship is actually meeting your needs. That's why awareness is so powerful. The moment you recognize the game, you stop playing it. And when someone tries to pull a third person into a two-person relationship dynamic, you can simply ask, why are we talking about them instead of solving the issue between us? That question alone changes everything. Have you ever experienced triangulation in a relationship? What was the biggest red flag that you noticed? I want you to drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy psychology, dating, insights, and relationship red flags explained in plain English, hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. If you ever experienced triangulation in a relationship, or if a person that you're in a relationship ever brought up an ex, compared you to a coworker or anyone else, drop it in the comments below. Have an amazing day, everybody. I hope this video helped you. Stay away from those triangulators. Bye.